Testing audio. Hi, Jason. We'll wait until 6 to get started, but The streaming is working. And you are muted.
Perfect.
Okay, now you're unmuted.
I was asking, can you hear me okay? The answer was no.
Oh, I gotta. Here, now we'll wait. Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Okay. Somehow my thing was still saying that I was muted, so.
Nope.
Okay.
Did I put up a background or something here?
You can, or you don't have to. I can.
No, I'm just in the office.
You're good, office.
See if I can get some of the
I could start my video here.
less professional looking things off my desk. Like a plate.
I have the PowerPoint is on the screen, so you can't really see much.
I see it.
Good, and when we go ahead and get started, then I'll just run through the slides and turn to you when it's time to do the ones you're going to do.
Okay, are you going to operate the slides or do you?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll just go through the slides and then, so at the beginning, I'll have you introduce yourself and then I'll do the beginning slides and then.
Sounds great.
When it goes to the program explanation, I'll turn it back over to you.
Okay. So I've got slides 5, 6, and 7, I think, yeah?
Yes, I think that's.
All right. How's your day going?
Good. I had the day off, so my son, we went and toured OSU.
Nice.
So it was a beautiful day for a tour.
My daughter's headed there in the fall.
What program is?
A good question. She's not sure quite what she wants to do yet. If she wants to do, she's going in for science, environmental science of one kind or another. If it's ecology or biology or fisheries or something like that. She hasn't quite narrowed it down yet, but definitely wants to do natural resources of some kind.
That sounds cool. It was I've been to the campus, but I had not done a tour, so it was really.
My wife and I both went there. We met there, in fact.
Oh, how fun. And did you do historic?
I did archaeology.
Archaeology.
So it was after finishing undergrad and working, doing archaeology, field archaeology around for a little while, kind of ended up in sort of the kind of a rundown part of Hartford, Connecticut, and with a lot of beautiful buildings, but that were just in really difficult shape. And it sort of rekindled an interest in architecture for me. And then I learned that historic preservation was a thing and went to graduate school for that.
That's when I did one of the interview panels for one of the historic preservation positions. I was like, I never knew that was even a job and how you would know to go to college to do that.
Yeah, I learned it when a guy that my wife met, she was a campus organizer for the public interest research group in Connecticut, working at Trinity College. And a guy that she met through activist circles was on the Historic Landmarks Commission in Hartford. And so that's how I learned about it. And then I went out and bought a book about it and read it cover to cover about 10 times and was like, I'm going to do this for a career, I think. I had initially a long time ago wanted to be an architect, but then was misinformed that you need to know math really well. And I was never good at math. I've since learned that you simply just hire an engineer and that takes care of that. So,
that's interesting.
Yeah. But I spent a lot of misspent time as a youth, kind of poking around in abandoned places. There were a lot of them where I grew up in Philadelphia. There was an old steel mill nearby, an old abandoned steel mill, and an old abandoned mental hospital. And they were both very interesting to explore.
Oh, I bet. Would be.
Although that was technically trespassing, so now I like to say that I liked it so much that I chose to find a career in which I could crawl around those places and not get thrown out.
Oh, you've found the right profession.
Maybe.
That's OSU. It was a beautiful campus. Today was a beautiful day to go, but
Historic district on that campus.
there's what?
There's a historic district in the middle of that campus.
Oh, really? Which?
The center of it.
The center-
It embraces the four quad dorms, Poling and Cawthorn and a couple others. I can't remember the other ones. And then Weatherford, which is the big one with the tower.
Yeah, we saw that one.
And the MU, the Memorial Union,
Mhm.
and the quad that's around that's on. Milam Hall, which is across the green from there. And then it runs east down Jefferson towards the old part of campus, which is where like the teachers college is. And it embraces quite a lot of the campus.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Is that the only university in Oregon with a historic district, or?
As far as I know, yeah, a listed historic district. Of course, you know, there are other universities that have them, that have old collection of buildings that probably could be a historic district.
Yeah.
But OSU is the only one that I'm aware of that's actually registered. Although I heard from a colleague that University of Idaho is thinking about listing their campus, the old part of their campus as well, and in fact reached out to us here in Oregon to find out more about that.
Well, I think that I was just reading an article about that. I went to Eastern Oregon University, and there's steps on the back,
Yep.
and they just oh no, is it fire alarm?
Guess so. I guess I need to get out of here.
You may have a hard time.
Let me go find Teresa. I saw her. I'm gonna leave this on.
Okay. Do you want to put it on mute so we?
Yeah, I do. Katie,
Yes.
Teresa's not here. I think I'm alone. I have a concern that if I go out the door, I won't be able to get back in.
Yes.
Because the 6 o'clock bell hits at 1 minute and I don't have a 24-hour badge.
Oh no.
Everything I was gonna say is in the
Okay,
note.
I bet I could just do it. And then if anyone has a question that I can't answer, then I could refer them to you.
Okay, that works for me.
Okay, that works. Sorry.
Okay.
I will just kick it off and then I'll refer people to you if there's any questions.
All right.
Thanks for being willing to come in and do it.
Pretty crazy.
Yes, but yeah, we want you to be safe. I don't want you to, I don't know what fire there is, but
I don't know. All right, well, I'm gonna
Thank
exit
you.
the building.
Okay, bye.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us for the National Register rulemaking. Unfortunately, if you just heard, we had a slight change of plans. Jason Allen from the State Historic Preservation Office was going to join me this evening, but a fire alarm in the office prevented him from continuing. So I will go ahead and get started. And if there are questions I can't answer, we'll get you the answer. My name is Katie Gather. I'm the Government Relations and Policy Manager and the rulemaking coordinator for this effort. So tonight we'll do the welcome and introductions, and I will talk about the process for commenting and provide some background explanation on the proposed rules and explain the process for rulemaking. And then if there's anyone who would like to provide comments, you may do so. And if there are any questions, we could, I will get you the answers for questions. We are also recording this and streaming it live, so it will be placed on our website in the rulemaking section if anyone wants to watch it later. So for tonight's hearing, this is an opportunity to provide public comment. There's no decisions made in the public hearing. Each person will have up to 3 minutes to comment, and if you wish to comment, you would raise your hand at the point when we call for commenters. And again, as I said, the meeting is being recorded and posted to our website. You can also provide comments online on our rulemaking site or in writing or via email. We are accepting comments through March 31st at 5 p.m. And as I said, Jason Allen was going to join me this evening, but unfortunately a fire alarm in our office prevented him from attending. So it will just be me this evening, but I will take any comments and make sure to share them with the rest of our staff. So the National Register of Historic Places is the nation's official list of historic places. Listed properties are recognized as important to our history, considered in federal or federally assisted projects, are eligible for federal and state tax benefits, and are eligible for historic preservation grants. Sometimes they can be eligible for leniency and meeting certain building code requirements, and they're subject to local review for demolition and relocation and local regulations, and they may be listed locally. Last year, we did a more substantial rule change that made many changes to the National Register program, and this is a much smaller rule change. There was a change in the federal rules regarding when a property is considered for a nomination for the National Register for Historic Places. Owners have an opportunity to object, and in the current rules, those objections must be on a notarized statement. Federal rules no longer require that the statements be notarized. They can be submitted as an objection made under penalty of perjury, consistent with federal statute, federal code of regulations. And so that is the need for the proposed rule changes to match those changes in federal rules. So the current proposed rule that we are looking at tonight removes the requirement that objections be submitted, that objections submitted be notarized in order to be considered valid. It would allow them to be notarized or to be made under penalty of perjury. So you would have the choice to do either of those things. And that is the only change that we're proposing in the rules as amended. Oops, that went the wrong direction. I apologize. So that it is a very small change based on a change in the interpretation of a federal regulation. So the comments that we've received in writing and those that any that would be shared tonight will be shared with the Oregon Parks and Recreation Commission. And a staff report will go along with this to the commission with a copy of the proposed rules. And the commission has the option to vote to adopt the rules as proposed. They can make amendments based on the comments received, or they could seek additional public comment on the rule changes, or they could choose not to move forward with the proposed rules. And they will be looking at this at their April commission meeting. So as we said, the hearing tonight is to provide an opportunity for public comment. Orally, you have the opportunity to provide it in writing as well. There's no decision made at this hearing. We'll take comments up to 3 minutes and put this information on our website. I do have a script to read when we open the official public hearing, but we are also taking comments on our website in writing or via email through March 31st at 5 p.m. It is a fairly minor change to match federal requirements. And so I am happy, I will read the statement and then happy to take any comments. So I'm going to open the official public hearing and then we'll take comments of anyone who would like to comment. So this hearing is now in session. It is being recorded to maintain a permanent record. My name is Katie Gauthier. I'm the hearings officer. Today is March 22nd, 2022, and the time is 6:06. The purpose of this hearing is to provide an opportunity for the public comment on the proposed rule change to OAR 736-050-0250 by the Oregon Parks and Recreation Department regarding documentation required for the National Register program. The agency invites comments about whether other options should be considered for achieving the rule's goals while reducing the negative impact on business. In addition to presenting oral comments at this hearing, anyone may submit written comments by 5 p.m. on March 31st, which is the close of the public comment period. Comments received after the close of the public comment period will not be reviewed or considered by the agency unless the agency decides to extend the public comment period for everyone. Send comments to the public comment mailbox or the State Parks office. The addresses are on the slide posted. OPRD will not respond to questions during the hearing. After the close of the public comment period, staff will prepare a report to the agency, which will be available from the agency upon request and will present to the Parks Commission as they consider adoption of these rules. If you have questions as part of your testimony, I would appreciate if you could state those questions as concerns for the record. Please do not ask questions of those who are making formal comment. To provide better context for comments, I may ask follow-up questions. To respect each speaker, anyone not presenting has been muted. I ask that you limit your comments to 3 minutes. Again, you may submit comments in writing up to the close of the public comment period. The chat feature can be utilized for process questions, but we ask that any formal public comment be submitted in writing via mail, email, or online. When it is your turn to comment, you will be moved to the presenter role and have an opportunity to comment. Is there anyone who would like to comment? Please raise your hand or type into chat if you would like to comment. It looks like that we do not have anyone that would like to comment. So if you do decide that you would like to comment in writing, please make sure to submit a comment on our website, which is on the screen, or in writing, or send us an email at oprd.publiccomment@oprd.oregon.gov by March 31st at 5 p.m. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us listen this afternoon. I'm going to close the public hearing this evening. Thank you so much.